Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Wildflower Wills YouTube channel. I'm Louise, and welcome to New Start Monday Knits. It is cast on day here at Wildflower Wills. So if you've been following for any time at all, you will know that every Monday I cast on a brand new project. And Monday morning, there's polls put up on all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, right here on YouTube, that you all can vote either for the yarn, for the project, for the stitch pattern, um, whatever I happen to think of Monday morning. So this week we're going to talk about what the winning yarn is. You guys were voting for the color of yarn this week for a stranded cowl. So I will show you the yarn in a sec. We'll talk about the voting. We'll talk about what yarn was the winner. I have a finish to show. I actually have a couple finishes. Technically, I have 3 finishes to show you. Oh, Sally's saying team green. I see all these green emojis, plants and cactuses. I like that. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a second. So I've got some finishes. I've got an update on last week's project, and then maybe we'll just chat for a little bit at the end. Okay, so let me see what I've got the yarn. So I was at a yarn shop on the weekend teaching. So, of course, I came home with some new yarn for this week's New Start Monday. And this is the colors. This is what you were voting on. The yarn is, let's talk a little bit about the yarn. So it's Cascade Yarn 128 Superwash. Okay, can you guys, there we go. Can you see that 128 Superwash? So it is a chunky yarn. Let's look here. This was the very first color that I pulled off the shelf, was this one. So 128, it's 100% superwash merino wool. Feels like a cloud. I was debating between this and some Highland alpaca. It was really nice too. So it may be a new start project later down the road. But this color was, I just fell in love with this. And it's just like an oatmeal color. Well, let me see. Let's see. What do they actually call it? Does it have a name for start? Does it have a name? It maybe doesn't. Oh, I'm always disappointed when they don't have names. It is okay. Yeah, no colors. Lot. Color number 875. Okay, we'll call it oatmeal. So it is 100 grams. It's 128 yards, 117 meters. It's 14 stitches over 4 inches on a 6 millimeter or a US 10. So I picked this, and then I picked this, and then I was looking at the greens, and then I was looking at blues, and um, and I really couldn't decide. They were all so pretty. So I decided that I wanted to go same colors. So like browns and greens, as opposed to doing like a beige and a green or something. That much I knew. Okay. Oh, so people are saying hi, everybody that's in the chat. Okay, let's see here. Yes, Holly says yay for finishes. I know finishes are always exciting. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Joe, Mary, Liz, Donna, Debbie. Oh, Debbie, you finally made it to a live. I'm so happy that you're here. Oh, Donna says, I hope Brown won. Oh, Joe is a Brown vote also. Liz is voting Brown. Oh, Liz says she forgot to vote, but she would have voted Brown. Okay. Um, well, okay. So the voting, you guys, I thought was going to be completely one-sided. I every once in a while I had a really busy day at work today. So every once in a while I saw some dings of like Facebook or Instagram messages, and the ones that I looked at were always for the same color. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm thinking the other color, I swear, is going to end up with 4 votes. And I thought, oh my God, we've never had anything. We've had some votes that are fairly close. And then we have a lot that always end up kind of 60-30. Well, 60-40, I guess. 65-35, that kind of range. 60s and 30s. That's generally seems lately how they've been going. And I thought tonight, I thought, oh, this one is going to be like almost nobody is voting for it. So I just sat down, went through all the places everybody could vote, through some private messages, recorded every vote, and I think this is the most votes we've had. Typically, we sit right around 198, 100. We had 117 tonight. So people were very passionate about these colors, it seems. So, oh, Liz is giving me the drum roll. Okay, so it's almost time. I will let you know. So, I really have to say I'm a little bummed that there's no colors on here. Like, no names. Hmm. Cascade Yarns. Oh, it does say family owned since 1987. Interesting. I did not know it was family owned. So, anyways, okay, let's talk a little bit about the colors before I actually tell you which ones won. So, the browns. So, I would say this is like an oatmeal, and this looks pretty true. It looks brown. Okay. Now I'm thinking, what would I name this darker brown? I don't know. Maybe that's why they don't name them, right? Because they probably get tired of trying to come up with exciting, interesting names that are going to entice people. Because I buy yarn based on the name. If I'm humming and hawing over which skein I want to buy, and then I read the names, and one is, I don't know, something that resonates with me, right? Something that's beach or flowers, I will buy that one hands over. Um, Another name. So I don't know. Okay, brown. This looks like sable brown, maybe? I have no idea what color sable is, but it just kind of stuck in my head. Chocolate brown. It does look like a chocolate brown. It's, yeah, maybe not quite as dark as chocolate, but it's in the ballpark. So there was those browns. Kind of neutral. People were saying they were voting for the Browns because, um, well, Nikki was very adamant that she wanted brown, and because she said, "I already have a Halloween scarf," so she thought I needed something that was more fall versus Halloween, which is a good point. And maybe does this look more Halloweeny with like this green is kind of a Halloween green, is it? Um, oh, hot chocolate, Jocelyn says. Yeah, I like hot chocolate. Hot chocolate, that name would make me buy yarn. So the greens. So this is like an apple green, and this is forest green, emerald green. It's pretty dark, but I like the two together. And I was looking for colors that were a little different. And honestly, when I was in the store with the greens, I wasn't sure if this is what I wanted. I was really debating between the greens and the blues, but I picked greens first. So green's what came home with me. Pine green, pine green. That is the perfect. Yes, that looks like pine green to me. Anyway, I don't know. I like them all. Like you can't go wrong with any of them, right? Hot chocolate or pine green. I like that. You guys should work for yarn companies. Okay, so I will let you know now which one I am casting on. What did I say? A 6 millimeter. So I'm going to do this stranded. So I might have to, I don't know. I'll start with a 6, maybe a 6.5, maybe a 7. Maybe I'll swatch. I probably will. Okay, the winning yarn combination, the winning colors for this week are, do you have your fingers crossed? Was it brown? Was it green? Is it green? Is it brown? And the winning color is greens. Greens. I seriously every little notification across my phone that I saw today was green. Green, 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 green. And I seriously saw literally two for brown. And I thought, "Oh my goodness, could this ever actually happen that one option literally gets like less than 5 votes?" That has never happened before. And I really thought tonight was going to be the night that that was going to happen. But it didn't, but it didn't. So out of the 117 votes, 63, 67, six, I think, okay, that's what it was. 67% was for green and brown got 33. So it wasn't totally not voted for like I thought it was. So I know Anne says boo, the brown and oatmeal. Well, Anne, so I kind of told you already. This was the first color I picked off the shelf. If I was picking myself, I think I would have went brown. This was as soon as I was looking at the shelf with all the colors. So I should say this yarn all came from the Thoughtful Artisan. So if you're anywhere's local around London, Kitchener-ish, Woodstock is where this yarn shop is. It's a super cute yarn shop. She just opened second week in August, and her grand opening is this coming Saturday. So if you are local and want to go for a little road trip on Saturday, look up the Thoughtful Artisan in Woodstock. Anne is the owner. She's absolutely lovely. She's got really good selection of yarn. And she's coming a pop-up shop on Saturday. Richard DeVries Yarn, he is going to be there. She does carry some of his yarn on a regular basis anyways, but he's coming with more yarn. So if you're in the area or you want to take a little day trip, that would be the place to go. So anyways, yeah, so brown. This was the first. Was this what I was chatting about first off? This was what I picked because at first I was thinking, what would I want to wear? And these browns immediately jumped out. I was like, I liked the pale, I liked the dark, and that was a given. But then when I was trying to find the others, I was like, I like the greens, I like the browns, and then there was obviously there was other colors, like there was purples and there was pinks and there was reds. But you guys know I'm I don't gravitate to those too often. Um, so but I did like the green. I did like the green. I wasn't sure which way you guys were going. I honestly thought that you might have went more fallish, which is what some of you did say, versus something like bright, colorful. But anyways, it's super, super fun. I like the greens. And I know Anne, when I was picking out the yarn, she said she's like, I go green every time. Anytime there's green, she's like that's her color. So green it is. A lot of you guys agreed. Green likes it should be in a Christmas stocking. Well, I was thinking about this cowl and I was thinking, what pattern am I going to do? And diamonds. I kept coming up as diamonds. Something to do with diamonds kept popping up in my head. And then when I came home from work and I was sitting here and I was looking at it just before I jumped on here, I was looking at it and I was looking at the green. Maybe it's because now I knew what colors I was casting on. And I was looking at these greens and I'm like, does this just say holiday or Christmas trees? I don't know, maybe. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to think about it a little bit, but I'm thinking maybe a tree design in stranded work. Let's see. Brown would make a nice hat. The brown would make a lovely anything, really. Green looks like shipping Christmas. Yes, it should. Nikki, Richard has so much yarn. Yes, I have hung out with him and knit with him for a few times. Have you? I have seen him at some shows, but I don't think I have ever. I don't think I've ever actually chatted with him. So I guess maybe on Saturday I will get to do that. So, anyways, green it is. Leprechauns. Leprechauns. I could do leprechauns. I don't know. It's going to be fun. So, that is it. So, thank you guys for voting. This was a really, really fun one. And I'm glad that poor Browns got, at least 33% of the votes. I know. I like them. So they'll be cast on for something at some point too. Oh, Nikki, you've designed with some of his yarn? That's fun. Yes, I will have to. Poor, poor Liz, I think, is traumatized that the brown did not win. Well, next time, Liz. Next time. Okay, what else can I show you? I'm going to show you. Okay, you know what I'm going to show you? I am going to show you last week's cast on because in true Louise fashion, I got distracted. So, but it's cast on. Let's see. Let's start first. We got to celebrate every little win that we can. Um, the yarn is wound, and I think I've got. There we go. Okay, so this was the skein of yarn that I dyed back last month in August for the Fiber Friends dyeing challenge. It is the teal. I think I had teal and the blue. And you guys were voting for that and you picked the teal, which was a fantastic choice because it is super, super, super pretty. It looks a little more bluey there on camera. In real life, it has more of a greeny tinge to it. So I got the yarn wound and I did cast on. And I have a little bit started. Not a lot, but I've got the ribbing done. So I did. Look at this cast on, you guys. I love this. Look at that. This is the alternating cable cast on. So basically, you're casting on a knit and a purl and a knit and a purl and a knit and a purl. But I really, really, really like this edge down here because it just the column of stitches just come down and then they just wrap around right up into the other side. Long tail, I always, well, always, 90 some odd percent, 95, 98% of the time, I cast on with long tail because it's super fast to cast on. And that's probably why. I'm thinking, is there another reason why I do that? I don't know, because it's my habit, it's my go-to. I probably always do that, but it's fast. It's really, really fast. You can just like zip those stitches on in no time. So lots of time that's my go-to. But I don't always like that. I'm just looking here to see if I have, what does this hat have? Just happen to have some finished. Um, oh, I think I made this. Anyways, no, that's not. Okay, not gonna work. Okay, so you guys mostly know what a cable cast on looks, or gosh, a long tail, and it has like that cable. It has like a rope finish on the bottom, which is nice, and you can look at it as being decorative, or sometimes I don't like it with ribbing because it looks like you've got knit columns, you have purl columns, and then you have this solid line across the bottom. So, oh, Linnell loves the cable cast on. So this one here I came across, and when I remember to do it and when I just don't automatically go to a long tail, this is the one that I've been doing lately for hats. And I really, really like it. It's got a nice lot of stretch to it, and I just like how the stitches just go around seamlessly. So I really, really like this a lot. So I did the cast on. I did one by one ribbing for about, I think I'm about an inch and a half on there. And last week, you guys also decided that I should do seed stitch with this. And I knew because the yarn was pretty variegated, right? Or tonal. Like it's very, very tonal. Variegated is probably more the word that I'm wanting. I knew that the stitch pattern wouldn't show up super distinct because the color was going to just blend all in. But you can see that there is just a nice texture up here. You can tell that very, very clearly that it's just not stockinette stitch. So I am just going to keep going, and I'm doing double seed stitch. So I'm doing 2 rows and then I'm switching, and 2 rows and switching. And so I've got a nice little start. I did um, take it off the needle, or I took some stitches off and put onto a spare needle just so I could spread them out just to see exactly how big this is going to be. because I know my seed stitch is always very, very loose because it is a version of ribbing, which has got a lot of stretch to it. So I actually cast on a few less stitches than I normally would with a worsted weight yarn, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to end up too small. But I think we're good, and I'm going to carry on for two reasons. Even if it does end up a little smaller than what I would like, I'm just going to count this, my hat, as my gauge swatch, call it a working gauge swatch, and it will fit somebody. Right? There's lots of people out there with different size heads. So, but I'm like really certain this will be fine for me. But I also want to do more of these hats with this yarn that I've dyed. This yarn feels like light worsted to me. It's not super, super heavy. It's definitely not like an Aran weight. So I figure if I can use this as my practice with my needle size and my stitch count, I'll do seed stitch, see how this hat works out, how it fits, and then the next hat I will adjust a few stitches here or there, a few up or down if I feel like I need to. So I'd used a 4 millimeter to cast on and do ribbing, and then I've gone up to a 5 millimeter for the body of the hat, and we will see how it turns out. But I like the yarn. So this is, like I said, this is stuff that I dyed myself. Wasn't sure how it would knit up. And oh, Liz says she has a little head. So if it ends up being just a touch small for me, I should send it off to you, Liz. That could be arranged if it's too small. But I like it. I mean, down here, which side is it? Like there's, we've got some dark and we've got some light spots. But, overall, I'm liking it. I'm liking how it's knitting up. So I'm saying this is a win. Calling this a win. I just need to stay focused and do it. But if I have to come up with an excuse, which I don't, because knitting is fun and we get done what we get done. Any progress is a win, truly, right? But I was teaching again this weekend. So um I just wanted to, I spent a little time um getting prepared for that. So which meant it was a learn to knit class. So I did knit a couple of dishcloths. Now, in all fairness, this one here was knit like 2 weeks ago. Last Monday, this one here was done, but I don't think I showed it to you. So this is some suds dishcloth cotton, and it's so pretty. It's like a pink and white, and I love how it just stripes up like that. This is a super simple diamond dishcloth. Kind of same like a grandma's what is that? Grandma's favorite kind of one where you start at the corner and you increase out. Perfect little project for people who have never, ever, ever picked up needles and learn garter stitch. So knit stitch to make garter stitch, simple increase, decrease, and that's, really once you learn those skills, you can knit pretty much anything. And then, of course, the following week, we learned the purl stitch. So just a really simple border dishcloth. So, you get to practice, you learn your long tail cast on, your knit stitch, your purl stitch, you make stockinette stitch. We practiced ribbing. We played around with stitch markers because you're going to have stitch markers on here. So just knowing that you just slip them. Simple pattern reading, picking up stitches, picking up drop stitches, changing colors, and of course, we talked both classes about gauge, and then everybody got to measure their gauge in stockinette and garter stitch. So it was a super, super, super fun class. The students were all fantastic, and we now have more knitters in our midst, which is always wonderful. I always love making new knitters. It is always so fun, and and typically always the last class of a class, whatever it may be. Students typically bring in patterns for things that they want to make next, and sometimes they have questions. So we were going over, what a slip knit is. One girl, she was wanting to do something with wrap and turns. So give her a quick little lesson on what a wrap and turn is. So hopefully she um, has success in her project. So it was a lot of fun. And it's nice to see people who are knitting be super excited about projects and all the things that they can make. So, okay, so those 2 dishcloths, those were 2 of my 3 finishes. Okay, so there's a tail. It's not totally finished, but done in my books. The other thing I worked on and is almost finished. Honestly, this one, I'm not so sure how this is gonna turn out, but this pink yarn that I'm still attached to the ball here with, this is all I have left. So this was another skein of worsted weight yarn that I dyed with pink and red, and it turned out really, really pretty. And I had in my head that my granddaughter needed to have a little poncho for this fall, and I couldn't find a pattern. Starting to think that maybe that's a reason. Maybe a little, I don't know. I think um I think babies should have ponchos on, right? Because then you don't have to fight with their arms. You just pop it over their head real quick. One, two, three, pull it over. It's just quick enough that they don't get too upset. And then you've got something on that's covering you and it looks cute. I could put a fringe on it. But I could not find a pattern. Now, maybe I didn't look super long enough. Maybe if I went back and took a little bit harder look, maybe I could find one. I don't know. So, anyways, I found kind of what I wanted and I guessed. I mean, and babies, right? Babies. What are their measurements? They're growing all the time. So I really didn't know. But anyways, what I have got here, I've got two, I've got two panels here that I'm going to sew together for a little poncho and then put some fringe on it. We'll see. This may be one that she can wear, just wear. I think it will be wearable, but I'm not entirely sure if I've got my dimensions that well here. So I'm not entirely sure how big the neck opening is going to be. So I'm going to sew this together and I'm going to make some fringe out of here and take it to her this weekend so she can try it on. When I saw her last weekend, I was holding it up to her, a wiggly baby, trying thinking, "Oh, it looks good, it looks good." I think it's gonna be big, but, I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, my dyed yarn knit up really, really fun. I really, really like it because there's really no pooling at all in it. It just looks very just, non-pooling. What's the word I want? It knit up very even, except for this. What is that one little spot? And I don't know if that was like a little tiny bit of dye that, or if that was in the yarn. I don't know. Anyways, it's there. So what are you gonna do? Maybe I could. You know what I absolutely can do is I could just duplicate stitch over it if I really wanted to. But I don't know. I could. Or, really, seriously, babies grow super fast. She's gonna like wear this and be outgrown it probably before anybody's gonna notice. So we'll see. But anyways, this is almost finished. I was trying super, super hard to get this done and get the fringe put on it. Didn't quite happen. Hopefully for next week it'll be done. Um, yes, yes, I know. And that's what Sherry's saying. Fringe will be cute, but be careful because babies stick that right in their mouths. Yes. Yes, they do. Babies put everything in their mouths. Um, oh, Sam sent me a picture of a dishcloth. Hey, Brian. So let's see. Okay. Anyway, so this is almost finished. Almost done. And actually, now that I'm thinking about the fringe, maybe I should run it by Anita and see what she likes. She may even like it with fringe, or she may like it without fringe. So maybe I'll check her and see what she likes. Um, before I take all that time to fringe it, if she ends up not liking the fringe, that would be time not well spent. Okay, what else do I have? I have one more finish. One more finish. And I don't even think, oh no, Sherry, that's No, everybody's comments are always good. Um, but anyways, yeah, we'll see. I may put I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. And we'll see how much yarn I have because I don't have a whole lot of yarn. But that should make a lot of difference. We'll see. But my pumpkin is finished. My pumpkin, it looks like a I finished it and showed it to somebody, and she's like, "It looks like an apple." I'm like, "Okay, apple, pumpkin, I don't know." Apples are a fallish fruit as well, right? It looks very fallish to me. So, I'm really happy with this. Oh, Jocelyn said, "Or a cabled border instead of a fringe." Yeah, no. Maybe when she's older, but, yeah, I mean, that would definitely be cute, but I'm not doing that much work on something that she's gonna wear for such a short time. Or maybe the next one. But yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that for this one. Yay for pumpkins. I love stuffed pumpkins. I know. I had so much fun knitting this. So this was knit with Patton's Classic Wool DK Superwash. And it's a gold. I don't know what the color name is on it, but it's gold. And I decided I know a golden delicious apple pumpkin. I know, it does look like an apple, doesn't it? And I'm not even so worried about that. It could be totally an apple. Then we could start a whole new trend, right? Knitted apples. Um, it was fun. It took me a lot longer to knit than I thought because it is DK, and I think I was using a 3.75 needle, I think is what I had. And I decided that I wanted it to be bigger. And this is the one, of course, I was going to put cables on and then started knitting and probably forgot to start cabling. So there's no cables on this one. And anyways, it was cute. It took me a little while. It took me a lot longer to knit than I had thought. So it ended up being about 6.5 inches wide. And I did about 6.25 inches tall. And my idea was I kept a super, super long tail when I finished it because I was going to run my tail up through my pearl little grooves here and then pull it back down through the center of the pumpkin and pull it out the bottom. Except that it was too tall and I could not squish it enough with my darning needle to get the darning needle and to be able to pull it at the bottom. I've got a really, really long needle and I don't know what it's called or what it would have been used for. And if I had that right handy, I could have done that, but I didn't. So I thought, well, that's not happening because I can't get it to go all the way through. So it is just the way it is. So ideally, what I wanted was were these pearls. So I did 11 knit stitches and a pearl, and I did that around 6 times, and that was my idea. Oh, I don't have my other little guy here. I think I showed it to you last week, didn't I? Or on Saturday, maybe with the Fiber Friends. That little tiny orange one that I did on the vintage knitting machine. And it had the orange strand pulled around all the sections of the pumpkin just to give it some texture and it really pulled it in. So that was what I had intended to do with this one, but it did not happen. So anyways, but you still get the idea. You can see so it looks like sections of the pumpkin. So you get the idea. Anyways, done. And then I just took a cinnamon stick, like they come like, I don't know, like that at the bulk food store or in the spice section at the grocery store. And I just broke one in half and just stuck it in there. And then as I was sewing in the top, I just kind of sewed around it and it's in there pretty. I mean, I could pull it out if I wanted to, but it's in there. And then I just put a little bit of green ribbon around it. I don't know. Not entirely sure I'm super happy with the ribbon, but it's okay. You get the idea. And I think it looks cute. I thought um some like jute cord. I thought that would be cute too. But anyways, This one's, I don't know. I want to make a whole bunch more of them. I'm going to make them smaller and with thicker yarn so they get done quicker. But anyways, it's done. So it can sit. How about right here? Oh my goodness, it's almost the same size as the crocheted one. But that crocheted one took a lot less time to do. Somebody probably whipped that up in an evening. Anyway, so that was it. So a pumpkin and 2 dishcloths. Done, done, done. So what else do I have? What else do I have that is close to being finished? I feel like I need to clear some needles here so I can have some needles ready for some other projects. I have a summer top that is really, really close to being finished. And I could maybe finish that. And what else? I feel like I have a couple of things that are close, but I don't know. I'm going to keep working on some things. I'm going to work on this hat. I'd like to get it finished because I'd really like to see this yarn knit up. And of course, this week's cowl in the greens. That'll be so fun. So now this is going to be, I'm going to have to find some needles. And yeah, I'm going to have to think about a little bit about this one. See what I can find for needles, either a 16-inch or a magic loop. So I'm just sitting here thinking, so for a cowl, I always want to do my cowls like pretty snug. Like I don't really want it to be like this because then you've got all this room for the air. But I don't know. What do you think? Should I just do it like this? What's the word I want for this? Like just a single tube cowl. Or should I do it longer? So it could double up. What are your thoughts? I could do either way. Typically I don't do them long, like an infinity and then double wrap it, but that might be fun to do for something a little different. Sabrina says longer. Because then you've got some play, don't you? That if you want to have it looser, you could, or you could pull this one down and you could snug this up if you wanted to. Okay, Jocelyn's saying, I love the double wrap. That way I can leave it loose on a warmer day and do the double wrap. Yeah, when it's cold. Nikki says no wrap, just a tube with color work. See, and that's always my go-to. And that's why I thought, should I change it up? But, okay, here's another thing to consider. If you make it longer, and because it's going to be stranded, so there's really going to be a right side and a wrong side. If it's longer like this, and this longer piece kind of, will it fold open and you're going to see the strands? Is that a consideration? If it was something that was more reversible, like if it was brioche, would longer be better, but maybe because it's stranded? What are your thoughts on that? Oh, Anne says, my only thought is snug keeps you warm. It does, and that's why I typically always go. Yes, exactly, it's not reversible. Color work cowl will be less stretchy. That is very true too. I agree with Nikki, tube with color work so the pattern doesn't get lost. Good point. Yes, because yes, and you don't need to make it very tall. And that's why I always think cowls need to be longer than they really need to be, because if you get them too long, then they scrunch down, which I guess still gives you extra cushiness and warmth. But there and again, you lose your pattern if you start scrunching it, right? You think a cowl is such a simple project, then there's all these little things you got to start thinking about, right? Okay, Nikki says, if you're to make the tube super long and graft it, that makes a nice double cowl, but you don't have enough yarn there for that. No, because I didn't think about that. Because I was thinking of just my regular tube, short, snug, quick knit, not a lot of yarn. Depends on how you catch your floats. Clean floats, cat. Okay. A clean float catch is really easy on both sides. Debbie, a tube is also quicker to knit. I know. And maybe I should be going for quick. Because you guys, can you believe it? We are the middle of September. Time is ticking away for holiday and gift knitting. And if this it has a potential of being, I don't know. I think it's going to be mine though. Except I will need to think about some gift giving knits as well. So we're kind of almost getting to that point where we have to think quick. I need to think quick. I need to think quick. Yeah, smaller is maybe better because it can be finished. It can be put in the gift box. Okay. Nikki says do a quick knit. Yes. Okay, Sabrina says I just can't imagine having something that tight around my neck. I guess that's why I get from living in the South. Yes, because yeah, and see, and up here where it gets cold, that's where we are all thinking we want something that's up like really close so you're not getting that draft down. So that's very true too. That's a good consideration too, where the temperature where you live, like how cold does it actually get in your winters? And is this going to be something like you're going to wear out walking the dog or, walking to your car, cleaning your car off where you do need it to be really warm? Yep, mid-month is literally this Thursday. I know. How does that happen? I feel like we need to like have a stop button and it's like just stop everything until I can get my Christmas knitting organized and then time can start ticking away again. Maybe that's what I should just be doing tonight when I go downstairs, put on the Hallmark channel, watch a fall movie. I should organize my Christmas knits. I know. I should at least start making a list. Then I can feel like I'm getting a little organized. Color work isn't. Oh yes, Sam asked is color work hard? No, it is not hard. No, I just have to watch your tension exactly, not to pull the second color too hard. Yeah, typically go up a needle size, and that really helps a lot. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Sam, you wanted to start Jocelyn's pattern, didn't you? The Spooky Vibes hat. There was a hat and a cowl, wasn't there, Jocelyn? I think I started, did I? And there was mitts. Was there all three? I started one last year. Didn't finish. It was probably mitts. It's probably why I think mitts, that is just I have an issue with mitts. I cannot finish mitts. Yeah, I think I would just have to not knit mitts. No, I don't want to do that. I like knit. Anyways, I don't know. Got to figure out what my problem is with mitts, and before I cast any more on. Oh, and you have fewer and fewer people to knit for, darn. Well, then you just need to knit for yourself, then, right? There are two types of cowls and fingerless mitt. Oh, your pattern. Okay, it says there are two types of cowls. Oh, you had a long and a short? And fingerless mitts and a hat in the collection, all called Spooky Vibes, so they're easy to find. Yeah, they were fun. I remember there was a black cat. There was a black cat pattern on there, wasn't there? They were stranded. Um. Oh, Sam, you sent me a picture. Did you get another one finished? Let's see if I can find it. Oh, it's orange. I see. Oh, Sam, was this the yarn that you dyed? No. What? Did you just do this week? This doesn't look like your dyed yarn, was it? This must have been yarn that you already had. Look at this, you guys. Can I get it bigger? It's a spooky spider. How's the best way? Let me see if I can fix this. Some smart person told me. Oh, okay. Let's see. That looks awesome, Sam. Does that help? Very spooky. Very spooky. Oh, what is all this? Okay, Debbie. Oh, what is this? Oh, Hadrian's? Is that what that is? Hadrian's Cowl by Kay Jones will be perfect in those colors. Oh. Oh, well, I should go take a peek at that. Sally is on the heel of her second Halloween sock, ready to cast on her second cabled fingerless glove. That is amazing, Sally. You were like zipping through those. Your second Halloween sock. That is so fun. So, so fun. Oh my gosh. I know there is so many patterns, so little time for all of us, no matter what we're working on. Oh yeah, what is your dishcloth count now, Sam? Stranded color work, and there's black cats, pumpkins, a cauldron, and bats. Very Halloween themed. Oh, even though you think the shorter cowl has an Egyptian vibe with how the color work looks. That is really fun. Oh, okay, the name is Hadrian's Cowl. Okay, I'm gonna have to go look at that. Yay. Okay, that is so fun, you guys. Well, I think my first order of business for tonight is to wind both of these green, the apple green and the pine green. Decided to call this pine, didn't we? And I think the background color is going to be the dark. This is going to be the pattern color. Okay, yeah. And so really, if I'm doing a short cowl, you don't have a lot of room in there for patterns because my first thought was I was like, oh, I could do this as my main and then I could switch it up. But you don't have a whole lot of room, really. By the time you do like a little bit of if you want to do ribbing or a folded, um, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna sit and think. I'm gonna wind this up, get some inspiration. I will go look up at that cowl that Debbie's talking about, see if I get some ideas from that. So, what all are you working on? I know some people, I think were telling me in here. Yes, so we have um Sally, your fingerless mitts, and your Halloween socks. What's everybody else working on? Anybody else close to a finish this week? Or did you finish something on the weekend, maybe? Oh, what was this? Did I miss? Oh, yes. Okay, so Nikki said if you run the yarn through the center from bottom, um, okay, but what is this? So talking about the pumpkin. And that's what I had turned. Yes. And cinch it into more of a pumpkin shape. Yes. But that yes, exactly. I did that on the little teeny tiny one and it looked really cute. But this one, unless I find my big long needle, then I may just cut another piece of yarn and do that. But I don't know. It's fine the way it is. It matches these guys up here. So, anyways, any other comments on what everybody's working on? Oh, do we have a number here? Brian's working on a new shawl. That's nice. Um, Deb. Oh, hey. Oh, Denise. Oh, your second crochet Wednesday snood. That's amazing. What color are you doing? Are they black? That would be my first guess, but what color are you doing yours? Sherry, you made some little acorns and fall leaves for a garland on your mantle. That would be so fun. Sock, sweater, shawl for Liz. Sam has got 133 dishcloths finished. Oh, okay. You'll be close to 150 done this Sunday, or 140. That's an extra seven. That's a lot. Like one more every day. And you were working on a tiny cabled sweater ornament. That sounds cute. Until oh no, until you got frustrated, I threw it out. Like you threw, like literally threw it out, like it's in the garbage, gone, or it will be in timeout. And when you're not angry at it, you'll pull it back out and like pick it up and work on it again. I have a feeling you threw it out, like it's gone from your comment. Yes, Sam has a birthday this Saturday. How exciting. Maybe I'll get some yarn for your birthday, Sam. Oh, Nikki's working on Cold Breath by Hohi at the moment. Also, your 2023 year-long Mystery Cal mainly plus. The 2023 or the 2024, is that the one that's coming out next year, or is it coming out before the end of the year? Oh, plus you cast on a Hohi hat for the cable challenge. That's so exciting. I am hoping to have something to show you Saturday that's cabled. That's all I'm gonna say about that for right now. Denise is doing black and white. Awesome. Okay, that'd be wonderful. Jocelyn says, tonight I'm working on a hat design to go with the mittens I finished. Nice. Debbie's working on, Seacon's cardigan and a pair of socks. Lovely. Cardigans are the best. Anne says it is in the garbage. Okay. What happened? What went so wrong that it is in the garbage? Could you not even have ripped the yarn out and saved the yarn? Okay, Nikki said yes, 2024. Okay, that's what I thought. So, yes, because you said it's like a monthly, a whole year knit along, right? So, yes, so it must be starting in January. Oh, a seasons cardigan. Okay, I thought it was like some fancy name. Seasons cardigan. Perfect. Okay. Oh, chances are highly probable that I will sing to you on Saturday, Sam. Most definitely. Oh, Nikki says every month there will be a clue. That's exciting. Denise, today you learn. You started a bag a day little girl purse Christmas gift. Lilac, two grandson Christmas socks, and my husband caked 6 20-gram minis for more socks. Okay, you are in high production, Denise. That's awesome. Oh, so Nikki, and then there's a bonus in December. That sounds exciting. Hi, Wendy. Happy Monday. So I hope everybody's Monday has been off to a good start. I hope the day went well. Hopefully, you've been knitting while we've been chatting. And just setting ourselves all up for a fantastic week with a little bit of knitting every day, maybe a finish thrown in somewhere. That's my goal for every week is to try to get a finish, and it doesn't always happen. But my pumpkin counted as a finish. It doesn't matter how big it is, as long as it has a cast off in there somewhere, that counts as a finish. So I am gonna see what I've got. I think I'm gonna actually go down and get my whiteboard. Remember my whiteboard? Well, it's a little behind because somehow I forget to update it all the time. But that is something I think I'm gonna work on tonight. Is before I wind this yarn, before I wind the green yarn, I think I'm gonna update the whiteboard so I can have an actual count of my projects for you guys for next Monday. That is a plan. I'm gonna try and do that because I'm kind of curious to see how many I have started. Because, like, honestly, the pumpkin and the 2 dishcloths, they were just extras. They weren't actually a New Start Monday, so they're just an extra. So there'll be more than 52 cast-ons because I every once in a while start something extra just because it's fun. So I'm gonna try and work on that and maybe whip up another little pumpkin because it is pumpkin season. So we gotta knit all the pumpkins or crochet or sew them or whatever, however you like making pumpkins. It is the time to do that. So I think I will do a couple more, get the little knitting machine, and I think I will crank out a few more because that takes absolutely no time at all. And now that I got my cinnamon sticks, I can put that little one that I made a couple weeks ago. I can finish it off, put a little ribbon maybe around it too, and then it will be done. And then it can sit up for decoration and I can enjoy it. So everybody, okay, we've got 5 minutes unless there's anything um, anybody else has to say about what they're currently working on. Then we're just about ready to wrap up. I know Thursday, Jocelyn and I will be back here on Thursday night at 7:30, so half an hour earlier than we started tonight. And yeah, we're not going to talk at all about our goal knitting because we are both supposed to be knitting Christmas stockings for this month. So we're not going to be won't be showing those. That will be another 2 weeks later. That'll be the beginning of October. We will be showing those. At least that was the plan, right, Jocelyn? I gotta start writing stuff down. Anyways, yes, so Sam, happy almost birthday. And yeah, we will see everybody Thursday night. So I'm gonna go work on my whiteboard, wind up some yarn, find some needles, and cast on and see what I end up with. Maybe this yarn will speak to me as I am casting on, and we will see what we get. So I will see you all Thursday night here with Jocelyn, and then back here again Monday night, fingers crossed, with another finish to show you all. So happy knitting and crocheting and crafting, everybody. And thank you for watching. Thank you for voting. And I will chat to you all next Monday. Good night, everybody.